everybody, this is Walrus McFish Sr., and we're back with something completely new. This is the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Maybe you heard of this game. It's kind of popular, but if you haven't, it's sort of a roguelike-like dungeon exploration game in the style of the Legend of Zelda or something like that. It's really fun, so we're going to play it. I've been alluding to this on my channel for a while. I think I'm going to branch out to some other games now that I have this new desktop computer, which I finally have set up here in California. So we're definitely going to test it in glorious 60 FPS here with this game. So we will definitely be recording some more dungeon crawl in a little while, so if that's what you're here for exclusively, then don't worry, we'll have some more of that later today, probably. But we're definitely interested in trying out something new as well. You know, this channel has not always been dungeon crawl. You gotta have a variety, variety's the spice of life, right? And I'm enjoying this game. So you can see that I'm not a total noob at this game. You know, I've sort of got some stuff to do. But here, spoilers incoming, alright? So I won't be too shy with the spoilers in this game. But you can see, alright, I have the spoiler character, the Lost, here, and I did actually complete a couple of the achievements with that, so I was really pleased with that. It took a lot of scumming, you know, I mean, you can see my win streak is at -27, and I'm not proud of that. That's honestly because I was doing some start scumming earlier, and then also some test runs to make sure that the audio is balanced right and everything. So what are we going to do? You know, I guess my priority here is filling out some of these post-it cards. So let's see if maybe we can do something. Magdalene is a little sad, huh? I've had a couple of promising Magdalene runs that got cut short. And it's fun to try to go to the chest, so, you know, I mean, let's go for Magdalene and see if we can get to the chest. And maybe that'll be really fun. So let's go. And if we can get to the boss rush, that'd be great too, because, you know, you can see I'm not great at being able to get to the boss rush sometimes. Just because I like to take my time with these games, you know, I like to think it's dungeon crawl, you know, you can just sit around, have a snack, take a break, you know, take a little nap, just leave it running, and then you come back and it's like 3-hour runtime. And you think, oh, well, I guess I've got no chance at boss rush now. But maybe we'll try to do it this time, because we'd like to get all of those unlocks and everything like that. And also, it'd be nice to keep these videos a little punchier, right? You know, I mean, we're not going to meander around forever. You know, it's kind of interesting narrating a game like this compared to Dungeon Crawl, where, let's go find our item room first, just in case it's awesome. You know, in a game like this, you're always on your toes, you know, I mean, it's very twitchy. You know, we're constantly rushing from place to place. If we're going to make it to boss rush, if you didn't know this already, you have to make it to, like, you have to defeat Mom within 20 minutes. So, you know, we got a time limit here. It's a timer. So, we're always on our toes, and when we're fighting these battles, you know, I mean, it's real time. Gotta be firing bullets. So, even more... Ooh, that's bad. I don't like being sandwiched like that. Fortunately, it doesn't matter too much on this floor. And plus, we can just go into our curse room and then use our Yum Heart here. That's what that heart is up in the corner, in case you were wondering. It's one of Maggie's abilities. She starts with this cool thing. What do we get? Oh, deal with the devil. That's pretty cool. Alright, I'll take this, right? So Yum Heart doesn't matter now, but let's just take this. Book of Belial, that's cool. So this character just effectively turned into Judas with the Book of Belial. A little bit less damage, but whatever, a little bit more health. And, yeah, so that's pretty awesome. My favorite thing about the Book of Belial is not that it gives you a damage up every couple of rooms, although that's pretty cool. We'll use it on the boss fight, for example. Oh, this is trash. But oh well. That just does a random thing, and it's not worth your time most of the time. I think we'll save our bomb. We've only got one bomb. Who knows if we're going to find something that's really important to get with the bomb. But anyway, yeah, the better thing about the Book of Belial is that it actually gives you a guaranteed deal with the devil if you use it on a floor. Not this one, I don't think necessarily, because there's rarely a deal with the devil on the first floor, which is why it's so lucky we just got teleported into one right now. That is a bit of good luck, even though we have a little bit of negative luck in that, you know, we've got the Dead Sea Scrolls, which is completely trash. That doesn't help us at all. Does not improve the state of our game, but, ooh, it does not worsen it either. Alright, I'm really bad here. Try not to take much damage. Again, it doesn't matter, especially now that we've had this bonus deal with the devil, but it would be nice to play well on camera. That's part of the reason why I like to make these recordings, you know, as I've said in my dungeon crawl videos. I feel like it makes you play better if you're trying to have a You know, if you got an audience watching you want to do well, right? You want to perform. And taking that kind of damage there is not what I wanted to do, especially losing that spirit heart and such. But at least we're back up to full health, and I think that's the whole floor, right? We have no reason to go to our shop. Could be nice with 10 cents, but let's save our key, you know? I mean, keys might be tight. You gotta save those keys for the item rooms, especially. I feel like the item rooms are really valuable. You know, I'd like to say, you know, it's a point of pride for me that I have, you know, a lot of these unlocks that I got, a lot of that post-it note record completion happened in the previous version where there was fewer drops, fewer item drops. Like there'd be fewer key drops and fewer bomb drops in hard mode, which made things quite more difficult. This is interesting. Should we buy a map? Maybe. Buy a spirit heart. That doesn't seem really necessary. Let's just hang on to this. We might go back there. Lust, okay, interesting. Yeah, so I mean, I've beaten the game, you know, a number of times back when keys were extremely scarce. You know, I used to think that Cain was one of the best characters, even though I think most people agree now he's not one of the best. But Cain starts with a key, and just the fact that the ability to start with a key is incredibly valuable, or at least it was. Now you get more key drops, and it's relatively okay. We're not going to shoot all these fires necessarily if we're trying to be quick. Let's see if we have, if we do have a chance of making it to the boss room. So yeah, the boss rush rather. Be nice to get some progress on this game. If we got anything unlocked on the achievements, I'll consider that something. What is this? The Ludovico technique. Alright, this just became interesting. So this is a relatively rare item, I guess. It lets you control a single tier. So if this is your first time seeing The Binding of Isaac, yeah, this game gets crazy sometimes. Usually it's not like this, as you saw. Usually it's just sort of like a run and gun style thing. You control one set of hands controls the your movement of your character. One set of hands controls the direction of your tiers. But now we control a single large tier that goes around and just kills things. It's pretty crazy. I don't know. It sort of definitely changes the way you have to think a little bit. You have to sort of do a mental shift here. But I like this item. I actually think it's a good item. I think a lot of people don't exactly like it. But I wonder if that's just because they don't like the way it makes them think, you know? Okay, we can definitely just take the boss here. Let's go for it. See what we get in our devil room. Might be something. And, you know, we can always trade down to a spirit heart. Let's go ahead and pop Book of Belial. So we get our devil room, for sure. And we'll also be able to handle Monstro much more easily. Yeah, whoops. Necronomicon happened. What was that? I don't know exactly what caused that to happen. To be honest. Oh, I used the death card. Ah, I must have used the death card. Alright, that was sort of an accident. I was expected to get hit there. Getting that health up here is not bad if we have a good deal with the devil, but we don't. It's Krampus, who's sort of a mini-boss type, who shows up in this devil room sometimes. So again, if this is the first time watching the game, you could be possibly a little bit confused at the chaos that's going on right around you, and, you know, considering that we have to move relatively fast, as I said, to hit that 20-minute deadline, I don't have that much time to explain. So, okay, this is actually pretty cool. I think that, yeah, this makes our tier bigger the further away it is from us, which is sort of an interesting synergy with the Ludovico technique there. The Ludovico technique, that is a reference to, here, let's bomb this. Can I get both of these? Probably not, unfortunately. Let's just do that one. Yeah, 2 spirit hearts. That's totally worth it. And should we just go? I don't even know if I want to spend 15 cents on the shop. Yeah, I didn't really want the map that much anyway. We got 2 keys. Let's just go. Yeah, the Ludovico technique, that's a reference to Clockwork Orange, right? If I remember, Clockwork Orange, that's a pretty great movie. Oh, I meant to say, by the way, it's a little late for this now, but this game, as you maybe have been able to tell, is a little bit disturbing, you might say. It deals with some mature themes, you might say, compared to Dungeon Crawl and Dominion, which is sort of on the rest of my channel. So, you know, I'll still try to keep the commentary PG, but if you are a viewer with a weak stomach or something like that and you're horrified at the images before you, well, I hope that you've turned it off this video right now. I don't want me to horrify you. But also, you know, sorry. You know, I should have warned you in advance. That's my bad. But you can tell, I mean, I don't mind this kind of stuff, you know, I mean, I'm, you know, a member of the internet generation, you know, it's pretty hard to shock me, honestly. You know, I'm pretty desensitized to any sort of this. Like, I realize now, just looking at it objectively, there's blood all over the screen, these horrifying bloody apparitions shooting more blood at me. We've got a single large tier that we control with our, you know, crazy clockwork orange mechanical eye openers. Who knows what's going on here? It's pretty crazy, man. But you just come to accept it if you play this game for long enough, seriously. We could definitely use that. That would be an interesting thing to try. Should we go in here? I don't see why not. Anything good? Yes, we did. We got a guppy item, which is pretty good. If we get 3 guppy items, that was Guppy's tail. You can also get like Guppy's head and Guppy's, or dead cat and things like that. If you get 3 of them, then you can transform into Guppy, which is a huge advantage. But, you know, let's not get ahead of ourselves yet. It's just 1 item so far. Let's use Book of Belial here, just because I'm probably underutilizing it right now, and we have probably definitely a few more rooms until we get to the boss room, so we can kill this guy just like that. Come on now. Oh, he's not close enough. I was trying to use a lump of coal to its best effect by standing as far away as possible, but couldn't trick him. I couldn't coerce him out of his shell there. Should we bomb to get in here? I think yes. Let's do it. Would we get anything good? Not really. Oh well. Don't hurt me. Okay, that was pretty lucky. A lot of stuff going on there. We can move into here and get a key. Now that's an interesting choice. I don't think it's one that we're going to take. You can use it to get into places. It's basically like infinite keys. You can also use it to fight a super secret special boss at the end of the game, but we may not get there. So I think I definitely prefer Book of Belial for now. Book of Belial is like a top tier item, to be honest. And we're not going to give that up for a lesser tier item in my evaluation. It's cool. I mean, it would be cool to get. You know, that's a pretty cool item to see, although we would prefer a passive item considering that our spacebar item is so good. Alright, die, you stupid thing. Ooh, stop chasing me so fervently, you stupid thing. All these stupid things here. Yeah, see, we already have Book of Belial charges. We could be using them more frequently. At the first sign of danger, we'll use it. But we seem to be doing okay for ourselves. I was going to say, playing this game reminds me of playing Robotron. You ever played that game? Oh, that's annoying. Those spiders are pretty crafty. Fortunately, we have the Book of Belial, which means we don't have to worry about getting hurt. Normally, we would have to be really agonizing over what we got hurt, because that can affect your chance of having to deal with the devil. But now with the Book of Belial, that gives us a much better chance. In any case, yeah, Robotron, that was awesome. Yeah, let's totally take this battery thing here. 9 volt gives us a little bit of quicker charge. Donate a few cents here, because I think at 300 we might get something. I guess not. Oh well. Save our money. Yeah, alright, so now we have that battery type item. It means that we can use Book of Belial even more frequently, and we should be using it all the time, but we just, you know, it's hard with these 3 room items. You never know exactly when you're supposed to use them. We already got our items, so let's just go. We already saw our shop. Here's Peep, so named because of his eyes and his predilection towards shooting urine at you like that, those yellow urine balls. Which is, again, you know, slightly disturbing, but par for the course for Binding of Isaac. See, and now he's got eyes, so it's a double meaning, you know, I mean, extremely witty wordplay there, Mr. Peep. You've got P, and you got your peepers, jeepers creepers there, you know? But he is really not very difficult to handle with the Ludovico technique. Normally Peep gives me a little bit of trouble there, but with the Ludovico technique, that was really not so dangerous at all. The box is filled with stuff, which we'll definitely check out. We could pick up the tick there. I don't think that's a terrible idea. We'll look at this pill in a second, but we'll go in here first. Okay, yeah, another guppy item. Is that worth picking up? What's in this chest, I wonder? A bomb. Let's try not to let it explode us. Well, yeah, we'll definitely pick this up, because we got the health to spare. But, I don't think we're going to use it, you know, I mean, I think that actually Book of Belial is better for us. You know, it's actually a good item. Guppy's head is a good item. And we're just going to go. It's a good item. Don't get me wrong, I actually really like it a lot. I used to like it a lot more, and actually I still like it a lot, but I've sort of lessened my value of it now a little bit. It's just much better, really, if you can get Guppy and be able to use all of those flies all the time. You just generate tons of flies all the time. And we got Book of Belial, which I'm loving here. If we had Goat Head or something, you know, which gives us automatic deals with the devil, then I would change my tune a little bit, maybe. Because, you know, we wouldn't need Book of Belial as much necessarily. I don't even care about the ability to use the damage like that. Although we should use it more. Let's just use it now, considering that it's now every 2 rooms. But I love the fact... We're gonna look at that in a second. Yeah, let's open this up first. Whoa! Whoops, that was bad. Yep, let's get out of here. And we can't see our health on this floor, which is really sort of annoying. Should have saved Book of Belial for this room, I guess. But now that we can move around a little bit more, I'm not as scared. A couple of them are dead. Whoa, okay, yeah. I just realized, actually, that we have a curse on this floor, which means that we cannot see our health. That's a little bit of a shame. Although we did just get a lot of money, which means we can check out our shop. Oh, another sort of trashy item here. So we haven't been exactly getting lucky. We do get to see the floor, which is nice. We'll go into our shop, which is something. Is anything in here worth getting? Yeah, we'll get this. Sure, some extra keys. A little bit of health there, and that'll do it there. And where's the boss? I guess it could be up here. And we gotta go in here. This room is very tricky. I don't like it much at all. Okay, I hope I don't die. Let's use Book of Belial. That's what I should have done from the start there, honestly. Okay, trying not to die here. It would be really a shame if we died. This is the first time that I have attempted to record for real, you know? I mean, I definitely had a couple of practice runs where I just experimented with the audio and stuff, but this is my first earnest run, so I would like to sort of turn over a new leaf. Ooh, we're dying so bad here. You know, I mean, we have that horrible negative streak right now. I don't even know what that does exactly, but we're going to take it. Hopefully we can turn that around. Oh, why did I do that? Just because I'm worried about my life situation. I'm actually worried about my life now. We do have this health, or this pill. Maybe I should take it right now. Just see what happens. Oh, come on. Tears Up is pretty good. But I'm actually going to not fight this boss right now because I'm a little bit worried about my situation. We might go to that arcade. Okay, those things are still active. We need to go to at least one more room in order to be able to recharge the Book of Belial here. But this actually helps a lot. Okay, tons of stuff. Now we don't even necessarily need to go to the arcade, but it would be a little bit of a shame if we didn't. What was in that shop again? We're also in Catacombs 2. Is this the last floor? No, it is not, I don't think. Is it? Did we already make it to the end? I don't know here. What do we get? Anything? Did we win? No, we lose. Alright, let's just leave. We do have a lot of money, though. Let's see if we can go to the shop and do something. Anything in here that I wanted? A jar, a spirit heart? I'll take the spirit heart. And we'll go and fight one more room here just to get the recharge. Okay. Killing stuff. Extra keys. I can dig it. And, did we already make it? No, we're not nearly at the end. Alright, so we gotta hurry a little bit if we're gonna try to make boss rush. Shouldn't be lollygagging here. Alright, let's pop Book of Belial. And this guy's really quick. We got some damage and stuff. Let's try not to kill ourselves with deals with the devil. That is a pretty good item, though. I think it gives us fear shot, right? So we'll take it. Oh, look at our awesome tear now. Tear projectile. That looks like a death black hole. And let's keep going. Okay, I guess what this means is if we're going to make it to boss rush, we've got 2 minutes per floor. I don't like those odds necessarily. So, you see why I don't make it to boss rush. I guess I'm just not very quick on my feet here. Maggie is a slow character, you know. I mean, we are intrinsically slow. So I guess it's a little bit more understandable, but maybe if I had hurried a little bit, I should have gotten a better chance. I guess it's not out of the question yet. Maybe we can breeze our way through this floor. It's possible. Let's use, yeah. Book of the Belial as often as we can, because we can. Might as well. Alright, see, look, extra recharges there. That's a dead end. We'll take down our thing. I'm not feeling good about our chances. We're probably not going to pass up a item rune here. Those things are kind of annoying. They can grab you and take you back to the beginning of the floor. We'll definitely go in here in case there's a guppy item. You never know. At least 2 spirit hearts. It definitely paid out at least. Whoops, that did not pay out. That was really dumb. I'm not sure exactly why I did that. Might as well blast our way in here. Yeah, I think I've given up chances for boss rush. That's extremely good, though. Extra damage is really, really, really nice. What that means is we might go and play that guy if there's nothing good in the shop. But maybe not. Oh, we're getting flies from that fish head, I think. I do like having the flies. That's nice. Yeah, take out this guy. And take out that guy. Yep, alright. Boss rush is out of the question. What can I say? I missed it. Alright, but Maggie has a lot of stuff to unlock. Even if we just make it to the chest, that would definitely be a new unlock for us. And that's what we're interested in. And we also unlocked something else. We unlocked the Necronomicon, I think, by using the death card enough. So that was pretty exciting. We definitely at least made a little bit of progress towards unlocking stuff. Yeah, good. Fly here, he's dying. I guess, yeah, we could go down and have 2 minutes to spare in order to beat the next floor, but I'd rather just go and find the item room here. Ooh, that's so bad. Nope, this is not what you want to see exactly. Oh, come on! Alright, I'm losing a lot of health here. I'm losing health. This is not exactly how I wanted this to go down. Let's be careful. Take out this guy, all of these guys. And a little bit more money, which is interesting. Here's the item room. That is what we are interested to see. Because, you know, the boss rush is nice. You know, I mean, it would be nice to get that achievement. But my priority here is actually surviving. You know, I would prefer a run where we survive. And that might entail coming here, but it doesn't, not really. Homing bombs is not exactly what I want to see. I'm not particularly good about using bombs in combat. It's something that's not exactly my style. Let's go ahead and pick up... is this the card? I don't remember exactly. Starter deck gives us double room for cards. So we can do that. To be honest, I don't really know how to use it. Let's pick up that and that. Donate a cent. And be on our way. Alright. Now I feel better about heading towards the exit. Yep, definitely no chance of boss rush because, well, we have to make it in 20 minutes, and 20 minutes is almost up. We could have played that guy as well for possible HP upgrade or something. It seems like that's usually what they pay out with. If you play that beggar dude with enough money, it is a possibility, a pretty good possibility, that he'll pay off with cool items. Let's blow up these skulls. Another thing here. Emperor's card is interesting. We could use that. Got plenty of bombs. I might as well blow these up. Alright, well that's not what I wanted to see exactly, but we can kill him pretty easily. And go and fight the Fallen. Which I think is a relatively easy boss. It's tricky, you know, if you don't know what you're doing. Oh, he's afraid of us, though. Which is definitely something. Alright, you gotta die. You also gotta die. And everybody's dead. Yeah, when they're running away from you, it's sort of like, you know, come back and fight me like a man. This is some crazy stuff, alright? I am sort of very interested in this. Unfortunately, I can only pick up one of them, I think. Well, that was interesting. Not what I wanted to see exactly. Alright, so I can only pick up one, unfortunately. What do I do? I've never picked up this one before. I've never picked up Abaddon. I understand that it reduces all of your red hearts and gives us lots of black hearts and also more Fear Shot, I think. We already have Fear Shot. This one would give us some extra stuff and some damage and stuff. But I don't know, I sort of feel like I have to pick up this one because I've just never picked it up before. It does give us damage up and a whole bunch of black hearts, so it looks like a cool item. You know, I wish we could pick up this one too, but what are you going to do? You can't win them all, alright? And we're feeling a pretty good situation here. We've got a lot of life. We've got a lot of damage. We've got this Ludovico technique, which is, you know, the old Ludwig van Beethoven there. So now we are getting down to the point where we're actually approaching the end game. This is what you might consider to be the first main boss of the game. The rest was just sort of leading up to it. Right, that's a little dangerous. Should we check in here? We don't have a whole bunch of keys, but I feel like we got enough that we can justify checking this place out. It's got some stuff. What do we got in here? Anything? I don't know. I kind of like that fish head if it's giving us flies. Yeah, we'll keep that. Possibility that this is worthwhile? I'm not sure. What is it? Joker card. Sure, let's go and check out our deal with the devil right now. Actually, on this floor, our deal with the devil is just going to... Right? On this floor, the deal with the devil would just not be gainful at all. It would just take us right down to the next floor, which is not even where we want to go. Whoops! My bad. That was entirely my bad. But that was definitely a good thing to open. And now we can be on our way. I guess now I can slow down and take my time a little bit more. You know, I mean, we're in no rush. You know, it is nice to not have these videos take, you know, an hour and a half. Oh, I wish I wouldn't take so much damage there. With this Ludovico technique, you know, I mean, certain kinds of monsters become much more dangerous, and certain kinds of monsters become much less dangerous. Like, for example, Peep was unusually easy when we fought him. You know, usually Peep gives me a little bit of trouble. Not so this time. These guys are really easy. You can keep your distance and just sort of get them from the back, no problem. Whereas those little spiders, you know, it's a little bit difficult to deal with a mob of spiders when you only have a single tier that you sort of need to maneuver around. Here, these guys should be easy. If we had flight, that would really seal the deal. I'm hoping for that last guppy item. We're not going to play that guy. Although it usually is a pretty cool thing to be able to do. Okay. Die, you stupid black, you know, hairball things, whatever those things are supposed to be. Book of Wild here, because why not? We should use it definitely more often. Sort of hoping we could fly there. I sort of forgot that we couldn't. Kill these guys and all these guys. And that's that, right? I'm going here. Mini Mush is makes you smaller, makes you faster. I like this item, you know, I mean, I feel like maybe some people don't like it. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know. I kind of like it. I don't know. It's kind of cool. Makes you small and makes you fast. What's not to like? And it probably does some other stuff, too. Can't get that key. We have not found the boss room yet, so, you know, I'm going to keep looking around. I might as well look for the shop, right? This is the last shop in the game, so I might as well see if I can use these coins to any effect here. At least donate them. Could it use Book of Lyle again? Is that worth it? I'd say not really. It's just not worth our time. This is a little obnoxious. This could have been a good opportunity for Book of Lyle, but it's a little late for that now. It is kind of cool that you can make them afraid of you and then they run away. Yeah, great. Here's a shop. What's going on in here? It's greed, which doesn't help us that much, but whatever. Maybe we'll find money equals power or something. We do have quite a bit of money at this point. Nice. We got this sweet black hole orb of death familiar sort of thing going on. It's really cool. We'll go and do our bidding for us. Yeah, alright, I guess that's the entire floor, basically. Let's go for it. And we use it here. And do that. Okay, that's a little annoying. We did get hurt. Actually, wait, there is a deal with the devil on this floor, right? I'm thinking of the other one. That's totally my bad. So we could have used the Joker, but I guess I'd rather save it for a floor where there isn't. Like, for example, if we go to the cathedral, I think you can still use the Joker card there and get a deal with the devil. Even though, well, you shouldn't actually get one. You don't actually get one properly. So we'll save this Joker card. We'll definitely grab this Polaroid, because The chest is easier, and yeah, we don't have that thing on our thing yet. It's also more fun to get all those items, so let's see what's in here. Anything good? Nothing great, but, you know. Oh, we got our third guppy item. All right, so we did get our guppy item. That means that we are now guppy. You can see we have transformed into a cat-like creature. We can fly, which is amazing, and we also generate tons of blue flies everywhere. We have now the goat head, which I mentioned earlier. Remember, it gives us guaranteed deals with the devil. That's a little bit less useful now, especially because we do have the Book of Belial, so it is redundant. If we find a better active item, though, maybe we'll take it. And it's, deals with the devil are basically over at this point. You know, I mean, we'll get one more because of our Joker. Actually, we'll get one more on the womb. But anyway, let's keep going. One more in womb 1, unless this is a XL4, which it very well could be. By the way, I don't know, I could be shouting this whole time. I'm using headphones here because, you know, that's necessary in order to get a proper balance with the game audio and such. You know, when I play Dungeon Crawl, I don't have to worry about that at all. You just sort of, you know, there's no audio to speak of. So I never had to really have that be a concern, but now I'm wearing these headphones. You always feel like you're sort of shouting with the headphones. It gives you an even more distorted view of what your voice sounds like than normal. And view is probably not the best word, considering it's auditory. So look, yeah, I can fly over these gaps, fly anywhere, just do whatever I please. And I generate all these blue flies just by virtue of killing things with my black orb of destruction here. Look at that. Look at this. So, yeah, you can see that we have... our chances of winning this game are pretty good. I hope there's not really any recording issues, to be honest, because I think there's a possibility there could be. You know, this is basically my inaugural run on this computer. As I said, I am pretty pleased that, you know, we, this is our first real attempt, you know. And I will try to be consistent, you know. It's very tempting in this game to start Scum. I think I might have touched on that earlier, you know. I mean, it's very easy to start Scum. You hold the R key just for a second and you get a whole new run, you know. I mean, so if you get a lousy item on the first floor, it's very tempting to want to do that. But I'm going to refrain from doing that on this channel because, you know, what's the fun in that? You know, we'll take what Lady Luck gives us and, you know, we'll try to work up a reasonable streak. We'll try to be consistent. That ought to be the true test of skill of a player, I think, in a game like this. So, you know, that's what we're going to go for. And, you know, this is our chance to get a foundation for that going. Alright, Hermit is for the store. I don't think there is a store on this floor, so it doesn't even matter. We'll just keep the Joker. To be honest, I have that extra card room, but I don't even know how to use it. I don't even know how to switch between the cards. So I know there's a way to do it, but it's like I don't know what the key is. Probably should have looked that up. In fact, I was thinking I should look that up, but it's like I didn't. I should have. I didn't think I was going to run into the situation. I was like, what are the odds I'm going to get this starter deck and have to actually use that on camera? But now I just look like a fool. And I'll just have to hang on to this Joker. But I mean, the Joker is the card that I want to see. If we get a Hierophant or something, that's fine. You see how much damage those flies do? Like, seriously, like, those flies do 1,000,000 damage. So it's like we're moving our black hole of death around the screen. The flies just sort of semi-autonomously do their own thing. And over time, we can even sort of build up a fly surplus. We just got a few more spiders and flies as well. At this stage of the game, there's no more item rooms or anything like that, so we just sort of have to make do with what we got. But I'm really pleased with where we're at. I mean, seriously, look at this. We just need to be careful. I don't know what that does exactly, so let's hang on to it. It glows with power. That sounds good, right? I don't know what a lot of these things do. As I said, I'm not really an expert in this game. I mean, just, you know, I mean, you're Isaac Everyman here, you know, just trying to make do in the world. What's that? That's Tammy's head. That's the thing that lets us shoot stuff everywhere. What does that do with the Ludovico technique? It does seem pretty cool, but I'm kind of digging this Book of Belial. Let's go for it. Tammy's head is actually pretty neat. Alright, we should take it. It's fun. We're underusing Book of Belial. We don't need it at this point. So let's just take Tammy's head and see if this works. And you can see with our 9-volt, it actually sort of slowly recharges over time. So it's sort of a neat synergy with that. We might be able to use it multiple times in a bigger room. Like this one, we can try it. Yeah, it's not great, but it's a refreshing change of pace from just having this Ludovico shot that we move around. You know, we can sort of get some things done. Yeah, okay, it's a little dangerous, but oh, we got a couple of spirit hearts. That makes me really happy because we were running a little bit low on health there. And especially if we want to take, you know, one last good deal with the devil or something like that. We got 2 more left in us, maybe. Alright, yeah. Oh, whoops, I forgot we didn't have Book of Belial anymore. Maybe this thing is not as useful as Book of Belial, but at least we can heavily fear these guys. They'll jump away from us. Fear is interesting. It's a little bit of a double-edged sword, but it gets the job done. You know, some monsters are a lot easier. And we have double fear, I think, at this point. So I think monsters are quite likely to fear us. We are pretty terrifying. One of the main appeals of this game is how quickly, you know, you start off as this innocent-looking baby child, and then over the course of the game, you just sort of turn into this hideous abomination. Right now, our character is relatively cute-looking, you know, with some sort of goat cat. Surrounded by flies is a little gross, but, you know, I don't mind insects. You know, I think insects are kind of cute, probably more than a lot of people. Cool. Alright, so we're just blowing through this game. I'm glad, you know, I'm glad we've got a run that's reasonably overpowered. Because, you know, as I've said in my Dungeon Crawl videos, you know, the random number gods are fickle. Sometimes they smile upon you, sometimes they don't. I mean, there's a reason why my streak was at minus 26 or whatever. It's because, well, you know, sometimes you just... This is kind of awesome. He's not even going to fight back. I can just get him to rock into the spike. Hilarious. But this game, I feel like, has been pretty kind to us. You know, I mean, we've got a good thing going on here, so... Let's try not to squander it. Let's see if we can take this through to the end. Ooh, okay, that's not great. But okay. No problem. So, we've explored most of the map. I didn't want to explore all this map, but I guess we got a little bit unlucky in our pathfinding here. Alright, that's something. Yeah, a little bit of Tammy's head action there. Just because it's fun, mostly. We have the keys to be able to afford that, especially if we get another key to open. Very neat. Super neat. Ultra neat. Neat to the max. And there's another key right there. Oh, what? That's inexcusable right there. Especially if I'm trying to save up. I'm going to need 3 spirit hearts for a deal with the devil, if it is one of those types of deals with the devil. Although, here we go. Here's an extra spirit heart right here, effectively. Assuming I don't lose that. If I do lose that, I'm in trouble. And here, we might be able to get more life from this guy, as I said. We're not using this HP for anything else, or this money for anything else right now. So let's see if we can convert it into a little bit of HP. Fear me. Yeah, see? There's one more spirit heart, effectively. So yeah, let's go in here and see what our deal with the devil is like. This is just... Oh, it is Curse of the Labyrinth. Okay, whoops. So we're not going to get a good deal with the devil. Does that mean we should just use our Joker? I didn't notice this was a deal with... This is a Curse of the Labyrinth. That's a little unfortunate. I guess we should use our... Oh, no, our Joker's not going to help. Never mind. So, never mind. I guess we just fight the boss. We can use the Joker on the Cathedral. Conquest should not be too difficult. Yes, in fact, he dies immediately. We have flight, so this is not an issue. I mean, it's not helpful for us either. See, we've gotten a lot of annoying active items this game, things that we're not really going to have a chance to use. This is sort of like the second main boss of the game, perhaps you might say. And hopefully we'll be able to defeat it without too much difficulty, although we did get hit here. Alright, come on, just die, you stupid thing. Use our flies. There we go, it went down pretty easily. So yeah, that devil is just going to give us a chance to go down to the lower sort of nether route through the end game. But we're going to go up into the cathedral here because we took the Polaroid, which means we have a chance of making it through the chest and hopefully unlocking a new sort of item. I don't even know what kind of item it is, but I hope it's okay. Some of the items are pretty lousy, and it's like, oh, why do I have to add you to the item pool? Alright, here we go. Use the Joker card here. See what happens. We get Ghost Baby, which is not what you wanted to see exactly. Ghost Baby is not very good, and not worth a heart, I should think. Yeah, we're just going to keep our heart. Ghost Baby is not for us. We don't have any familiars this game. Let's just sort of keep it that way. At least maybe until the chest. Maybe we'll get something cool in the chest. Oh, let's head to this big room, because it seems like more often than not you do have to head to these big rooms. On a big room like this, we might even be able to get a huge tier from Lump of Coal. Nice. Alright, we just have to take out stampeding hobby horse here without hopefully getting hit. Where are you, you stupid thing? There we go. I don't know what that does exactly. I think it gives you a chance to respawn as another character. Let's take this missing page because it sounds cool. Yep, lots of stuff happening here. Whoa. Alright, that makes me feel good. So we do have a lot of HP now, or at least effective HP. We don't want to get hit a bunch, but it makes us feel like we're in a good situation. We just want to make sure we save 4 keys, at least, for when we get down to the chests. Here's a curse room. Is it worth going to the curse room at this point? I'm not sure if it is. We do have the Fool. So actually, yeah, it totally is. Never mind. We'll go in. See what it's all about. We can get in for free and then use the Fool to teleport out, which just teleports us back to the beginning of the level. Which is fine. This is no problem. You're afraid of us because you're a coward. How can you be afraid of that face? Look at that cute face right there. I mean, it doesn't quite go. I guess we've got some pretty powerful fear magic by virtue of our deals with the devil. We've got 2 fear-inducing deal with the devil abilities. Which is, you know, I mean, if I had to deal with the devil in real life, I don't think that's the first thing I would choose. You know, I prefer to choose something like, you know, wealth or worldly happiness. Because I'm sure your soul has to torment for all eternity after that. You know, you just have to make sure to be able to trick the devil in some sort of, you know, I mean, fiddling contest or something like that. Some sort of contest of logic. As tricky as that might be, I'm sure that most people don't succeed, even if they try to do something like that. And also, I don't really think that deals with the devil probably exists in real life. I've never certainly encountered one. You know, I mean, like, boy, I would sell my soul right now for $1 billion. And yet the devil's not showing up, man. So, I don't know. I don't think it works like that. Maybe you can't just summon him like that. Maybe the devil doesn't exactly appreciate just being summoned like that. Especially in a sort of sarcastic way. You know, I didn't expect it to work, so maybe you have to believe that it works in order for it to work. I don't know. Yeah, this game is really interesting, you know, with the way that it sort of juxtaposes, you know, the divine with the grotesque here. You know, I mean, on one hand you have, like, poop-themed monsters, and then you also have, like, you know, angels versus devils. It's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting, you know? Alright, we've got more bombs than we ever know what to do with. And also full money. So let's stop compulsively picking up money. I'm a little bit of a hoarder with this game. You know, I pick up more stuff than I need probably, which is part of the reason why I can't make boss rush sometimes. Although we were pretty close this time. You know, if we had rushed, we might have been able to make it. And it's not like we would have missed out on much, right? You know, the item room that we were actually searching for. Can we make it through here? Oh, we can fly. Never mind. Of course we can. Might as well feed this guy. Who knows what we might find. Okay, not helpful. But even if it's just a spirit heart or a HP up. Blue map, that's pretty cool. Hey, look, and right here, that's pretty amazing. How fortuitous. Oh, okay, well that's not so lucky, but at the very least, it's not going to be an issue. And we have tons of money. We now have incredibly more gratuitous amounts of money. Let's just take the quarter for no reason. And now we're fighting Isaac. I wasn't expecting that to happen, but oh well. Alright, it's happening. We'll stand in the corner. We'll use this. The further away we stand from him, the more damage it'll do. So let's just do that real quick. Take out these guys. Oh, we're going to get hit. No, we're not. We managed to get away with it. We use Tammy's head because why not? I don't think it actually hit. But oh well. Oh, get up here, and we're safe. You have to get up in sort of the adjacent corner, you know, the caddy corner where the beams from heaven are coming from. So here you go. That boss is often somewhat difficult, but actually not really. I find the Isaac fight to be fairly not so difficult once you get used to it. In fact, the fact that I got hit at all is not so good. But here we go. All right. And, oh, it is Curse of the Maze, which is why we ended up all the way over here. It's not exactly a likelihood that's going to happen. I'm considering going to that second secret room, but it's much more likely to probably just drag us somewhere that we don't want to be. Actually, you know, who knows? Let's go for it. Check it out. You know, it's probably not going to teleport us far. Yeah, we get a black heart for our troubles. We did teleport a little further back now, but hopefully we can get back to where we need to be. Don't have to worry about the spikes, you know, I mean, although it is good to be instinctually afraid of them. And here we go, down into the chest, where we will get 4 free items. At least, maybe more if we find some chests elsewhere. So that's pretty cool. Come on, all right. Let's hope we get something really cool that just totally blows this even further out of the water. I'm super happy with this run right now. I mean, this is exciting. I've never quite had a run like this before. You know, Hudavicha technique with the lump of coal is amazing, and with the fear shot and Abaddon, we have a pretty intimidating-looking weapon at our disposal. Not to mention Guppy, man. You know, you can't argue with Guppy. Should we get that? It might turn our shot yellow, but it might turn our shot awesome as well. Let's pick it up, all right. No, it's still black. Black overrides yellow. I guess that makes sense. What else we got? Razor Blade is not very good. We'll keep our Tammy's head. I don't know. We don't have enough HP to really justify using that. Rotten Baby I like. All right, Rotten Baby is just more fly generation. You know, I mean, it's sort of a Guppy substitute. And we have Guppy already, so there you go. And which one is that? Mr. Boom? Nah, all right. So, you know, a bunch of active items. Pretty cool. I mean, we're okay with that. We're totally fine with that. Now we just need to find our way towards the boss. We imagine that probably he's up towards that second secret room. Because in my experience, you know, usually the boss is found near the second secret room. Plus, we can sort of make our way into this secret room as well, which is something. This fight is a little dangerous. Let's try to do that right now. Okay, we don't want to get hurt. So maybe we should just let the flies do a little bit of damage. That's pretty amazing. You can just, okay. You can just park your death sphere on top. All right, 99 times 2 equals 99. You can park your death sphere on top of an enemy, and it just sort of generates a constant stream of guppy flies, which then do vastly more damage. All right, a whole bunch more bombs. The devil is useful, I guess. The stars takes us to a secret room, right? Well, that might take us up to the other room up there. Let's try it. No, it did not work. Okay, I don't know what that was supposed to do then exactly. Do that just because we can. What is that? Deck of cards, generator. Alright, that's interesting. What do we get? Well, I can't see because I don't know the button. Oh, no. Well, alright. I don't care too much. Alright, we'll just use the devil card when we get to the boss, probably. Whole bunch of greed going on in here. We'll fire that off, just in the off chance that it works. Unfortunately, it seems like when I use Tammy's head, I can't control my main depth sphere, which is a little unfortunate. It gives me not quite the degree of control that I would expect. And see, because of the 9-volt, we actually have multiple Tammy's head uses per room, for what that's worth. What do we get here? Shoot to Whoop is really bad. I guess I'll pick it up. I don't even know if picking things up makes it so they can't appear in the future, but I'll do that just to be on the safe side. And great, 50% off shops, which doesn't help us at all. Here is 8 Monstros. Okay, that is something. Let's just go ahead and use a Tammy's shot, because I feel like that's the appropriate thing to do. All of our flies seem to be helping quite a bit there. Yeah, so you see the power of the flies. And we took them out without too much difficulty, I guess. Double Dingle. Remember when we fought that guy back at the beginning of the game? Well, now we scorn him. He just got scorned. Alright, I don't think that's going to be a proper item, but oh well, it could be something good. 2 of clubs is what? Just 99 times 2 equals 99. Death card equals whatever. And what was this one again? Death card, devil card, whatever. Oh, and there's a spirit heart in here somewhere. Let's take it. Probably up here is where we're trying to go. Oh. Yeah, I actually had a great Maggie run from earlier that was so close to beating the chest. I had 12 red hearts, which is extremely in the style of Maggie, I think. And then also Ipecac, which was pretty fantastic for most of the run. It gives you explosive tears. But then in the chest, I completely botched it by taking Mom's Eye, which causes you occasionally to fire things out backwards out of your head as well. So I no longer had any control. I just was forced to shoot things forwards and backwards, which meant that I would occasionally just fire into a wall behind me and blow myself up. And I lost right at the last second. It was extremely infuriating. So this is for this run right there. You know, that run right there was our revenge. What is this? Judas' Shadow in the off chance that we die, you know, a few times. We're okay. We got a few more keys here. I don't think that's going to make a difference. But okay, we're feeling good. We'll use that and then blow all these guys up before they can even think about charging us. We've worked up a little bit of a fly surplus, I should think, going into the... Well, we're actually not at the boss yet. Although I suspect the boss is close by. Purity. What does that do? I'm not sure. Let's use it. I don't know what that did. Oh, well. Emperor's Chariot makes us slightly invincible. Strength. We're going to go with the Devil card. I think the Devil card is best for us. For the boss fight, it'll just make us slightly more powerful. And this is nothing. I shouldn't have even come in here. Why did I come in here? Because I'm a fool, apparently. Alright, well, I was completely wrong about that. It seems that the secret room did not generate anywhere near the boss. Oh well. I thought it was pretty probable. I still stand by that decision. And whatever, it's not like we're losing anything by exploring around. We'll just find more cool items. Tooth shot? I don't know. Oh, that's Monstro's tooth. Never mind. We don't care for that. And here is the boss. Alright, I guess we're ready to go. Alright, no reason to explore and drag this out any further. How long has this been going on anyway? 45 minutes? That's a pretty good time for an Isaac run. A pretty good time for a YouTube video, I should think. Let's go in and finish this off, I hope. Alright, we're at full health. Insane damage. Ludovico, you know, remote distance safety. Stand in the corner for maximum Pythagorean damage here. Constant stream of flies. This is insane. We'll fire off one of those just to be cool. And there we go. We did it. It looks like we unlocked the Celtic Cross, which is pretty cool. It sounds like a cool item. Alright, sort of goes with Maggie's cleric style theme, I guess. And we're ready to go. We win the game. Let's look at the epilogue here. Yay, mysterious photos that are perhaps symbolic or perhaps real or perhaps imaginary inside Isaac's head. Who knows what's all that's going on. I mean, I find it hard to believe that you took a picture like that with like an inner demon sort of cowering in the background. You know, I mean, unless it's some sort of weird Goosebumps camera or something that's capable of taking pictures of the spectral undead. I find that hard to believe. And yeah, Isaac coming at them with a knife, you know, the mom's coming at you with a knife. It's sort of unclear from this game whether or not that's real, you know, I mean, how much of this actually takes place in Isaac's twisted fantasy world and how much of it is actually for real is a good question. Here we go, yeah, the Celtic Cross appears in the basement. We got the Steam achievement for it as well. Yeah, go us. And that's amazing. All right, first attempt and first success. So that was good. I hope you enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it a lot, you know. I mean, it's nice to play this game, as I said. You know, I'm enjoying it a lot. I've been playing it a ton lately. Nice to get it on camera. Nice to get a win on camera. And I thought it was a pretty fun run, too. You know, I mean, we'll probably play some more. Maybe we'll get some adversity. Maybe we'll get some more OP-ness. And maybe we'll... OP-ness. All right, I don't know if that's the most correct term for it. Yeah, but check it out. At the very least, we are closer to unlocking or completing our record for the post-it notes here. You know, Magdalene is looking a little bit more comparable to the rest of my characters here. Alright, we still need to get some more boss rushes. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I'll probably record some dungeon crawl too, just in case you're disappointed that there's no dungeon crawl. I'm gonna appease everybody here, but I hope you did enjoy this, and there might be more in the future. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, guys. See you later.